Welcome, everyone. We're having our next in a series of Please Go Away Vacations sneak previews of our one of a kind, personally escorted, and value added feature travel experiences. In the next few minutes, we're going to be highlighting another one of our tours for 2021 Springtime in the South. The dates for this tour are March the 21st through the 27th. We're doing this feature tour in cooperation with Colette, and they have been in business for over 100 years, as well as Please Go Away Vacations. We're in our 54th year. So together we have over 150 years of travel experience. This is what we call a Motor Coach Plus feature travel experience. What that means is that the Motor Coach Plus aspect is that we fly you into the heart of an itinerary so that you're not wasting several days getting to the departure point and several more days to return back home. So you simply fly in and do the highlights and return back. Again, this is a feature travel experience, and what that means is that we include a lot of extra things that most companies will have you purchase on tour. We like to include some special dining experiences, and having been to these areas before, we've tried several things that are very unique to the area, as well as include included travel protection, as well as transfers that are needed from the airport and to return back to the airport again. So with that being said, let's get to the really good part of this. Larry, would you like to get us started on our journey today?
Thank you, Paula. And it's going to be an exciting journey that's going to involve three different states: South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. And we're off and running now because in the next several minutes, we're going to give you a sneak preview of some of those things that you're going to experience. Paula mentioned the research that we've done and actually the experiences we have personally had about many of the features that we add that others do not include. And one is a dining experience in Charleston at the famous Hyman's Restaurant. It's an included bonus feature meal you will enjoy because it's filled with rustic decor. You can look around the wood paneled walls, and it's just filled with ambiance reflecting Southern charm and a great way to get started. One of the really unique aspects of the dining experience is that it's been the place of eating for the rich and famous for a number of years. And a number of tables have these well-worn brass plaques inserted upon them, indicating who had the privilege of dining at that particular table. And those three are certainly among the most, probably the most visible to most of us is currently Oprah Winfrey, but there's also Tony Dorsett here and Fritz Hollings. And that's just all kinds of games that you can play, seeing who your people have been that have preceded you. It's going to be an amazing dining experience. It's going to reflect the Southern foods that are so abundant. You can see here an assortment of shrimp, fish, things of this nature. If you happen to have an allergy or prefer something else, we'll certainly arrange for that. But you're going to enjoy a true dining experience. Obviously, we would not have this dining experience in Charleston, South Carolina, unless we would include key lime pie for dessert. And then we're also going to include something that you may not enjoy as much as the key lime pie because it's unique to most of us. But again, it's an experience that you will remember as an added feature: the boiled peanuts of America's Southland. You're also going to have the opportunity in going away with us on this tour to experience the plantation life and atmosphere of the South. You'll discover Boone Hall Plantation. That's the oldest working plantation still in existence in the area, and it is a memorable experience and so unique and far from what most of us have experienced previously. Charleston City Market is also a market that has been in existence, and it was established in the 1800s, early 1800s, the year 1807 to be exact. And it is more than 2 blocks long, filled with the local wares of the area and reflecting truly the ambiance of the area. Grass woven baskets are among the highlight, and when you're there, you'll learn more about why they are featured in our slide here, because they are traditional and very unique to the area. But there are tons of other choices to choose from if you want. And even if you don't buy, it's an amazing experience to go and shop visually while you keep your pocketbooks and billfolds shut. One of the unique features about this that many people go to drive through the grounds and then pass on is that we will actually be staying at the famous Jekyll Island Club Hotel. It's one of the prime hotels you will enjoy on this trip, and it is filled with history because Jekyll Island became the home of the rich and the famous early on. And in fact, they have a room in there called the Board Room, which is the room in which the Federal Reserve Board was created because of the leaders of the financial markets of the day meeting there to hammer out the details of the Federal Reserve System that we now enjoy. But you're also going to have another exciting and unique experience, weather permitting, at the Jekyll Island Club, and that is we're going to take you down to the pier of the club and sit outside with you and provide to you as a bonus feature, again, indicative of the area that you are experiencing, an authentic shrimp peel on the pier. It's a beautiful setting. The food is unique and unusual, memorable, but the setting with the sailboats and the other craft in the water is a memory-filling picture that you will carry with you long after you have gone. Another area that we're going to enjoy is St. Simon's Island, and it's known for its lighthouse. You can actually climb to the top of that lighthouse if you like. I've done that. It gives you an amazing view of the area. If you do that, it's relatively easy. When I last did it, I had an 84-year-old lady accompany me because she wanted to, and she had no difficulty whatsoever. So if it's something that you would like to do, add that to your book of travel memories and climb St. Simon's Island Lighthouse. The marshlands, filled with seagrass, are referred to quite often as Georgia's lowlands. You'll be driving through them and you will see them. They are completely unique and so essential to the conservation of the areas that they protect from the always invading ocean that tries to come inland and devastate the areas. They actually serve as a protective barrier and are very important, but they are also so different that they will fill your mind with memories to last a lifetime. The famous squares of Savannah are highlighted on this tour. If any of you saw the movie or read the book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, it was referring to Savannah and its ghost-like activities that it is known for. But it's also a city of more than 20 beautiful city squares, each one unique unto itself, right in the center of the city, easily walkable and easily to just sit back, relax, and enjoy. The squares of Savannah are, again, something you will remember as part of your memory of this tour. Spanish moss is unique, and we'll give you a bit of advice. Don't plan to bring any home. Don't plan to pick any up because it's filled with chiggers. In fact, Henry Ford, the magnate that created the Ford Motor Company, had his home in the South and thought it would be a great idea to use this Spanish moss as upholstery in the cars that he was making, only to find that the cars then became infested with chiggers. So not everything Henry Ford did was successful, but they are the type of thing, the hanging Spanish moss, that will set this area apart and makes it so unique, and why it becomes one of our all-time favorites as part of an inclusion of our American Southland. Another experience that we've added that you're going to enjoy is Savannah cooking demonstration, showing you how to create such things as pralines, and a full course, multi-course dinner will be prepared right in front of your eyes, and then it will be enjoyed. It will be part of your experience as an included dining experience, and again, so unique to the area that is being experienced. Many of you ladies in particular may be familiar with Juliette Lowe from the standpoint that she's the lady that was credited with creating the Girl Scouts of North America. We'll have the privilege of visiting her home, and more particularly her gardens. And the gardens of America's Southland are unique in many ways. They are abundant in profusion of flora and fauna, but at the same time, they are always somewhat small. And I can tell you again from personal experience that just behind this house that you will have the privilege of going through, there is a most unique and beautiful garden that Julia Lowe and her husband created. Another dining experience that we've added as a bonus feature on this tour is an included meal at one of the restaurants owned by Paula Deen. This particular one happens to be probably the most famous in the Savannah area, and it's called Lady and Sons. And I will alert you to the fact that it is not a fancy meal. In fact, you quite often are served from a family style type situation. But again, it reflects Paula Deen's interpretation of the fine dining experiences of America's Southland. Mouth-watering choices are yours to partake. Savannah is also on a waterfront, and it has a canal with much traffic coming in from the ocean, both ocean-going passenger vessels as well as freighters. And you will learn, and I'm not going to go into great detail, but one of the most famous statues of Savannah is Savannah's Waving Girl. It has to do with the coming and going of boats, but you'll learn about that. And it's a memorable setting, a beautiful setting. The water is just behind where she is depicted. Another thing that we add, and it's again not fancy, but it's something that most people don't partake in, and that is we're going to take you to Savannah's Candy Kitchen, and we're going to treat you to what we call a private praline party. Pralines are magnificent pecan-filled candies created in the entire area of these places that we're going to be visiting. But probably one of the most famous creators of pralines is this Candy Kitchen, which is just filled with homemade candies created on the spot. But we will buy, we will serve, we will treat you as an included bonus feature unique only onto this tour that makes it separate and apart from all others, a private praline party. Next stop on our journey is our last stop, and that's Jacksonville. And Jacksonville is at the very northern area of Florida. You will be able to say that you experienced Jacksonville. It's a beautiful city and is famous for, again, its connection with the water, and probably one of the most pedestrian-friendly areas is known as Jacksonville's Riverwalk, and they have statuary situated strategically throughout that Riverwalk depicting many different things. Runners, the sailor waiting for his boat to arrive, but it's again something that makes it unique and that you will experience. So, ladies and gentlemen, We'd like to leave you once again, as we always do, because we truly believe this. We created the saying because we believe the saying. Travels are memories made and shared that are never forgotten. So please consider going away with us on this tour. We promise to provide small town caring to you as we have done worldwide since 1966. And if you have any questions or would like further information, feel free to contact us at 800-362-9347. That's a toll-free number. Or you can always email us at answers@travelpleasegoaway.com. I can tell you this as a promise. Our full-time team of professional travel advisors will always serve you promptly and thoroughly before, during, and after your travel experiences. And ladies and gentlemen, you cannot ask too many questions. Thank you, and please go away.